Morning, guys. I'm about to take the wheel over. I think I'm going to do it today to get replaced, tire replaced. Got the belt sprocket off. Got the chrome cover off of that. I'm actually thinking now maybe I'll paint that body color. If it doesn't look good, I can always put that back on. Just a thought. Just as I thought, these bolts didn't come out that easy. So I put the impact on light setting and they came out just fine. And see, Tommy Shoe suggested I just take it off and put it on myself, buy some spoons. That's a good thought, but the place I took it to does a nice job. They did the front tire for me, and they have a spin balancer and all that. And I've had some pretty rough wrestling matches with tires in the past, but I don't know. I may try and take it off myself now that I think about it, and just do the work on the wheel first. This other side is going to be an issue. These babies don't want to budge at all. This thing I think was just about ready to snap. I'm going to have to get an adapter, and I'll try it on an impact on the light setting, and so I don't have anything in that size for this. And what was I going to say? Yeah, on the light setting, just work it that way. It's about the only way those are going to come loose. I had a dirt bike that was like this before. Those bad boys don't like to come out. And then I'll have access to all the cleaning and prep work I want to do. I don't think it's going to be an issue either way, the way I'm going to paint it, whether I put the new tire on first or last. Probably should just get that done today. Actually, maybe they have the impact set up to pop this off. Once I get that figured out, of course, then I got to get this one off, and I'm sure I'll have the same problem here. I do have access to the torque specifications, and my dad has the torque wrench I need to put them back on. Definitely want those torqued right. Yeah, so maybe I should probably get the adapter and try it myself. Maybe pick up a couple more of these. Yeah, that tire is hard.
As a rock.
Oh, you might have it.
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been doing this at home with a set of spoons. I would have been taking the sawzall to the tire. Awesome. Look at that. Nice. Sweet. This part's the harder part though, isn't it?
Yeah, this side sucks.
There we go. There we go. Oh, man. Thanks Brian. I can get it this wheel now.
Yep, you can.
Get the disc off the other side.
Yep.
Awesome.
Cool.
Nice. This is South Yarmouth. Got a little snow coming down. This area just about shuts down in the wintertime, but not the Jerk Cafe. This is worth driving to. Some of the best sandwiches you'll ever have right in there. Just awesome. Whoa! Focus, camera, focus. Here we are at the Jamaican Jerk Cafe. Best jerk you'll ever eat, man. This place is awesome. Janelle, what'd you get?
Jerk pork sandwich.
Jerk pork sandwich?
Yes.
And I'm coming over with your jerk pork sandwich right now, and it's going to be the best pork sandwich you ever had.
And I've had them before.
Plus,
They are.
homemade jerk sauce is the best on the planet.
The homemade jerk sauce right
The
here.
best on the planet.
It is excellent.
You go to the Jerk Cafe website at thejerkcafe.com. You'll find the best sauces you can ever use to cook in your kitchen. And if you need help, just call Chef Shrimp. I'll be right there to show you what to do with that great sauce. Tell them I'll be gone for the day.
No, seriously, these are some of the best sandwiches you'll ever have. Some of these guys watching are from like Australia, England, and
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a jerk chicken burrito with rice and beans and this homemade hot sauce. I'm gonna put a little bit of that on there. I think that's a plantain or something like a banana. What'd you get, Janelle?
A jerk pork sandwich.
Awesome.
Delish.
I've had those, those are really good. Back from lunch. Yeah, we drove a little bit out of the way for that. I've been wanting to get over there. All last summer I didn't get a chance to get out that way. It's about a town away, not that far, but in the summer it's all traffic going out to that direction. Found that place a couple of years ago. The guys right from Jamaica, those are some incredible, it smells like the place when you walk in there. It smells like jerk chicken and pork and all of that. We were in Jamaica years ago for a few nights, and that's what you smell when you go down the back streets. Pretty cool. And that was my oldest daughter, Janelle, by the way. And okay, so I went to Sears. I picked up an adapter, and then I got, looks like a little bit of a stronger Torx bit, and that's going to go in here. I'm going to use the impact, but real low, real light. I'm not going to force it. I'll snap those things right off. I did have a couple suggestions to use a little bit of heat, so I'm going to warm these up because I believe there's Loctite on those. There probably was on the bolts on the other side too. Those came off though. And yeah, it's good to have. I forgot, I didn't know if my buddy Brian's tire machine could do a motorcycle tire or not, but it worked great. He actually had a little trouble because this tire is so old, it's really hardened up. And I had noticed that last summer. When you go to stop, the back tire wanted to lock up a little too easy. It was definitely time for a replacement there. So yeah, and I actually looked for a set of spoons to take that off myself, and I couldn't. Let's see, Sears didn't have any. The auto parts place didn't have any. Then I thought of my buddy Brian. I was like, oh, I bet at least he'll have some spoons. But he popped that right off for me. That was cool. So now I'm gonna put a little heat on these and get that off. Probably all I'm gonna do today. Might pull this front tire off, front wheel off. That's not too bad. I've had that off before. And that's probably going to be it. And early next week, oh, I should pick up some aluminum cleaner too to get these as clean as I can. And then early next week, I'll get the insides of those painted. So let's try and get this disc off now. Even getting warm a little bit. Boy, they're in there tight. I'm going to use a little more heat. That actually worked, but I don't want to force them too much. This might take a few minutes. Alright, I got those out. It wasn't too bad. Those definitely wouldn't have come off with a ratchet though. They needed a little bit of an impact. The heat really wasn't helping that much. I just gently, slowly, I put my my older bit back on just in case that snapped, but everything held up. I got a good bit to torque them down with now. The wheel actually looks like it could go on either side. This fits on both sides from what I can see, but I'm just going to make a note that the disc goes on the side with the air stem coming out, as the best way I can look at that, I guess. And it's, you can tell which way that goes back on. So I have that ready to prep for paint now. I called the place that put the front tire on. They have that tire in stock. Because yeah, Brian was saying that the rubber itself is hardened up. It's probably the original tire of the bike, most likely. And then I'm going to get this taken off. We'll get this one pulled out. I don't even know if that's the same bit. It might be. And then I'm going to get these sanded down. Those are going to get painted. And I'm wondering what color. I don't know if those would look good, the body color or not. Maybe carry the graphite gray through into these maybe. Or I could still do those silver. We'll have to think about that one. Alright. That might be it for now, besides a little bit of cleaning and polishing. Yeah, that was good information, Just Hagen. Appreciate that. I was wondering if it was a mistake loosening these or not. I can get them pretty much back to where they were. You can tell where the thread stopped, but definitely measuring them after. We'll get those as precise as we can. Because this belt was always right in tension, the way it felt right. It had just enough play. I never had to adjust that. Somebody did have this wheel off once, because you got to take them off to put these on. But it was all put back together good, so now we just got to get a lot of cleaning done. I think when I painted this bike, as you know, it used to be that color. I think one of the hardest things to take off was getting in here. The factory had one-shot hose clamps on there, and those were really hard to get off. I almost bent one of these pieces coming out of the oil tank, but it was all good. You got to take the battery off the other side to get to some of the bolts behind this thing, because that was those are black from the factory on the 883s. And at one point I had some electrical issues with this. It wasn't running right, but it was intermittent, and I had changed the coil up in here, and it turned out it was the electronic ignition module inside here. And for I think the same money, I replaced the stock one with a Screaming Eagle one, which allowed the engine to give a slightly higher rev, and it did. It made a big difference in power between that and the carb in here had a third jet installed for top end. That third jet kicks in, and that works pretty good. So for an 883, it's not bad. It actually moves around pretty good. I can only imagine what a 1200's like. And that's a future thought, 1200 upgrade, but she runs too good. I don't really want to tear into the engine. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, and it looks like when I pull this one off, when I go to take this disc off, that's not happening. So I got to buy another bit, because this one I think has already been through the war pretty bad. So it's one size down. I'll probably pick up another one. Just this doesn't look like it'll make it. So the air stem is on the left. I also made a little mark there, left, and I made a little mark there for right, just so I don't get confused down the road when I put this together. Because I also noticed these tires are directional. There's a little arrow on them, so we want to make sure they're mounted the proper way. Geez, I just noticed that, huh? It's a Harley too. Very interesting.